everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Asha. I always do this. This is my new motion. But anyway, my name's Asha and today I'm going to be doing a video all about contour, highlight, blusher, bronzer. So basically colors of the face. I'm going to be talking about how to enhance your skin, how to make your skin look glowy and radiant and beautiful, and just really make your structure and your face look naturally sculpted, beautiful. I'm just going to enhance everything with color. So obviously you guys can see I've got my base on. If you haven't watched that video and you want to learn some really cool tips and tricks and a bit more detail about how to do your face really well, it's down in the description box, so check that one out if you haven't already. You can see that right now my face is slightly lighter than my skin tone, less brown than my skin tone, but that's because we are going to be adding brown and darkness to my skin. So I don't want it to be too brown right now, otherwise it's gonna look weird at the end and I'm gonna have a dark face compared to my body, so remember that. That's tip number one, I guess. But yeah, we are going to be talking about contour, we're going to be talking about highlight, all of the good stuff. To start out with, we're going to talk about contour. So let's snatch this face naturally.
Nothing too extreme. This is not an extreme video.
Basically, my whole face is ready to go. The only thing that doesn't have anything on it is my eyelid, and I will be getting to my eyelids eventually, but not right now because haven't done my eyes yet. So eyes, when I do my eyes, we will talk about that. So to contour the skin really well is to just know what you're looking at. So look at the cheekbones. Okay, these are my cheekbones right here. I can see where my natural dip is. I can see that right here, I've already got a natural contour. My lip is protruding out. I've already got that. Under here, I've got a soft contour as well. It is more rounded and more oval shaped, so maybe I want to make that a little bit more intense. Also, there's a bit of a dip going on in my temples, very natural, and nothing really going on my forehead. It protrudes back a little bit, so I want to bring this a little bit more round rather than square. My nose needs a bit of shaping, and under my nose does too. There's not enough shadow under there. So yeah, we can see where everything needs to be shaped. So once you've had a look at your own face or your client's face and you see where the angles need to be or you want them to be, that's when you start. Don't get started before you even look at that. Honestly, it won't help you at all. This is the Wet n Wild P75 brush. I might get another one of these because I seem to use it a lot. This brush is so affordable as well that you could have like so many in your collection. Anyway, we're gonna get the handy dandy contour kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the light to medium contour kit. The color that comes in that is Fawn, right in the middle. And you wanna use a shade that has a bit of shadow to it, usually quite cool toned, and kind of like a gray taupey color. And you can see I use that a lot. Now, I don't want to overdo it, otherwise I'm going to come out looking grey. Okay, so you really want to do a very small amount. I'm tapping this brush into the pan, and I'm not really coating the absolute edge of the brush, just the middle part. I'm going to tap off heaps, so there's only a small amount on there, and I'm going to place that just in the tiniest little bits of where I need to contour, because this is only to create shadow. I do not want to start shaping my face too much with this, because then I will come out looking grey. You can see that my dip is right there, so I'm going to go there. I'm not going to actually go downward though, because that will look quite gaunt. I'm just going to sweep it across, starting out where I want the colour heaviest. And I stretch my skin so everything is tight, and then I'll get a better blend. Okay, so now you can see I've created some shadow there. I need to blend that out a bit more, so I'm going to bring that towards, I'm not going to bring it down, I want to look happy, so I'm going to bring that towards my cheek or towards the outer corner of my mouth. Now if you want a really rosy cheek, you can just smile and see that shadow that creates. I'm doing like a smirky smile, like.
Sometimes I make the funniest faces while doing makeup, honestly.
And you can like colour that area in a little bit more so if you want it to be quite protruding. So now that my face is down, you can still see where that shadow is. You also want to bring it up towards the nostril. Okay, so that's a beautiful shape that we've created. You can see that. Trust me, This product has been put on so lightly and it's very well blended, okay? Now I'm gonna do the same type of application on your temple. Just keeping it close to the hairline and then blending it in circular motions out, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing in my hairline. Now my hairline goes back pretty far. Some people won't need to do this. They've got if they've got a normal size forehead or a shorter forehead, but people that have like quite a square hairline, definitely round that off. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same underneath my jaw, down from the bottom of my ear down, and then from the jaw to the chin. Very much in two straight lines. Now, of course, you can use liquid or cream contours first. The best way to do a cream contour is apply it underneath your foundation and then put your foundation on top and let that kind of show through. Or put your foundation on while your foundation's still wet and not set, then contour your skin. I now have a very structured jawline and you can see, but it looks like shadow. Just looks like a shadow. It's not. Okay, so I found the perfect brush. This is by Estee Lauder. It's just a eyeshadow brush, but what I like about it is it's fluffy, but the bristles are firm, okay? I'm taking that same color, tapping off heaps, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start from my eyebrow down to the point of my nose. Now my nose, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. My nose is crooked, okay? I'm never gonna look like I have a perfect nose. There's no way in hell. But most people out there don't have a crooked nose like me. So you're going to be fine. Just follow the eyebrow down to the tip of the nose, okay? So I'll show you. Blend downward. I'm gonna do it a bit darker so you guys can see better on camera, but in person, that is enough. Deepest here, where there's definitely gonna be more shadow. Little bit softer here and blending down, and then the most soft at the tip, especially for noses like mine that are quite bulbous at the end. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and do like a V underneath, so like that, and then I'll just dust in between a little bit. So you can see that that line looks just like a shadow. That's all you want. You don't want it to look like contour, just wants to look like a shadow. Underneath the eyebrow. Now on this side, my bump protrudes more this way. So on this side, there's no bump. But when I get to here, this part of my nose sticks out a hell of a lot more. So I'm gonna pretend it's not there and go right over it. And that hopefully will bring it in just a little bit. In all honesty, it probably won't because it is my nose, which is the part of my face that sticks out the most, but hey look, we will do our best. I mean, in all honesty, a lot of that is actual shadow, but you can see this side's the better side of my nose to actually be able to see anyway. You can see that that line is very subtle. It's so subtle. It's all I want because soon when I put bronzer on, I'm gonna put some there too, and that'll be enough. And now that I'm actually close up, you can see the definition that I've created a bit better. Okay, and then with this big brush, just with nothing on it, like there's nothing left on it really, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend the nose. You can do a little bit under your lip. Now my lip already has it, but I'll show you guys. So push your skin back, like that, and just go under in a rainbow motion. And that'll create a protruding lip. Now, when I do a lip video, which will be coming at the very end of this, I will show you guys how to contour lips as well, but right now we're not doing that, so I don't want to overdo the contour, and plus we're not talking about lips, so I won't be going there with that, but this is an easy thing to do now before you even get to your lipstick. It's just a bit of shadow under there. Still talking about contour, now we've got the colours Java and Havana. Java is more pink and Havana is more orange. So I'm going to decide where I want to go. Now, I'm wearing leopard print. I'm probably going to be doing brown on my eyes, like warm browns. I'm going to take Havana, okay? Now, Havana is quite intense, but it will contour. So I'm going to go over my contour now with this, and I'm going to be a little bit more, not heavy-handed, but I'm going to spread this color a little bit more so that it's not as intense in that area. And that'll help it be more intense there and then less intense and kind of gradient out into my bronzer. I'm actually taking a lot more product on there It's way darker. Tapping off heaps of it though. And then I'm going to begin with warming the cheeks. And the forehead, I'm being more of like a dusting movement than a precise movement now. And then jawline. I forgot to say this tip in my foundation video, but put foundation on your ears if your ears are really red. If they're not, put face powder on them or bronzer. Now I'm creating a lot more depth in this, and you can actually really see all these colors coming together and all this contour coming together. So there's pretty much nothing on my brush at this point. I am just blending everything so that there is seamlessness, and so it's well blended onto the skin. A bit more Havana down the nose, under that lip, under the chin. And you can see my skin is getting closer to this warmth right here. Now, if you guys didn't see before, I did use the Revolution banana powder in my last video under my eyes, over my cheeks, and just between my eyebrows, a little bit on my forehead, down my nose, and upper lip and chin. So I did put a banana yellow colored powder in those areas to brighten. That might be enough for you guys, some people maybe not. So just to show people, I am going to use these two colors. This is vanilla and that's banana. I'm going to mix them together, and I'm just going to place them really softly underneath my eyes. So this is the contour brush by Real Techniques. I'm taking, again, like I said, the banana and the vanilla together. I'm tapping off heaps of the excess, and I'm just going to put that over this bright area here where my cheek is and cheekbone. And that's just brightened everything up and lifted it all. And it helps to blend out your contour too. Just a little bit here. Now you can be quite delicate with putting it down your nose and use this fluffy big eyeshadow brush and apply, again, a mixture of those two colors. Just down the center of the nose, Cupid's bow, and maybe a little bit on the chin. Up to you. So my forehead is very flat right here, and then starts to protrude back very quickly around this area. So if I wanted to, I can make it look a little bit more flat by bringing some of this color here. Okay. And that's just gonna protrude my forehead a little bit more flat. I'm just gonna blend the edges again. Once you've done this part, you can just look at it really well, see if you need more, add more where you need it, just be delicate with how much you're going to add. Now I'm going to go ahead and bronze my skin and just add some color back in. All-time favorite is Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess. As you can tell, I love it. The good thing about this though is it lasts forever. Anyway, I'm going to take an angled fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go over those areas and just a little bit more on my cheeks and kind of blend it all over my face a little bit more. Okay. Not too much where I've just brightened, but just more, just to warm things up. It's very subtle. I don't want to overdo it. And I'm going to bronze my ears. Now I'm going to start looking at my body and just like making everything protrude. So I'm going to do the side of my neck with bronzer. You can do contour, by the way, if you wanted to actually contour everything. You can contour this instead, but I'm not going to do that. Then I'm going to do, what's that neck thing? How do you do that? What? How come I can't do it right now? Oh, you gotta breathe in. Okay. I'm gonna do a triangle shape like that. Creates that more triangle shape. Collarbone, deepen in there. Then a little bit under as well. A little bit under. If you need to, just bronze your shoulders, take it back, and, you know, bronze your shoulders if your top is shoulderless. Shoulderless? Is that the right word? I don't think that's the right word, but you know what I mean. Strapless. Okay. Blusher. Now, blusher is important that you do this correctly. So just think about, okay, what color eyeshadow do I want to wear? What color lipstick do I want to wear? And if you don't know yet, don't put your blusher on, okay? Because if you are going to put on like cool tone purples and you're wearing a peachy blush, then you've ruined it. You haven't ruined it. You can go over it again with more blusher to cover it up, but you've kind of ruined it, you know what I mean? So if you don't want to do blusher right now, because you don't know, then don't. Leave it at the end. But I'm going to put blusher on now. Blushes come in so many different shades. I'm just going to show you a quick palette and give you an idea of what looks good with what. If you're wearing like purples, blues, pinks, and they're all very cool toned, then you want to stick into this kind of region. If you're wearing bronzes and browns, then you want to stick into this type of region, or even something like these top three here. So this one's called Melba, it's more natural, more peach, but more natural, and then these two are both very, very peach, and they're much warmer. So those are the kind of colors that you'd want to go for. Because I know I'm going to do warm colors, I am going to use Melba by MAC. It is one of the tried and true colors. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm going to actually use the same brush so that it can be a bit more bronzy. Of course, you can just go ahead with a clean brush, a clean blusher brush, whatever you want. Personally though, right now, with my look, I'm gonna go ahead and dip it into this with the same brush, okay? Tapping off any excess, smiling, and then putting on the apples of my cheeks. So for a more youthful, happy look, if you will, put blusher onto your cheeks and then blend outward towards the top of your ear. So that is creating like a happy, cheeky look. Now, if you don't like that look, and a lot of people don't, you can also put it just above your bronzer and your contour. And that just creates a really nice blushed look, but that keeps the cheek bare. Personally, this is me, I like it on my cheeks. I like my cheeks to look rosy and peachy, so I am going to bring that onto my cheek, but completely up to you. If you don't like that and you want to look a little bit more sophisticated rather than girly, then just put that here, right there. And just be really light with it. Apply small amounts and just take your time. Small circular motions work really well, or back and forth motions. For me, I do like a tick. The lighting is about to change because the sun's going down in about half an hour, so just so you guys know, in case it's slightly different from the beginning. Now I'm just going to take quite a bit of it and then put this onto my nose. Again, this is completely up to you. I just think it creates like a little sun-kissed touch, and it does add a youthful look as well. Another thing as well that's very like 80s inspired but does look quite cool, and especially in like editorial shoots, if you're doing something quite funky, add a little bit of blusher to the outskirts of your bronzer in your forehead as well, and that'll just warm everything up, and it kind of collectively brings everything together. Now I will mention this in my eye makeup tutorial as well, because the eye makeup tutorial I'm going to do is probably going to be day to night, and just like every step that I do, you can choose to go that much further, or you can stop at a specific point. Hopefully that makes sense, but you'll see when that video comes out. But I do like to use my blusher and my bronzer within my eyeshadow at the beginning to incorporate everything that I've got going on in my face. So do keep your products and your bronzer and blusher products out and ready for your eyeshadow so you don't forget about them, because it does enhance your face and it creates a really overall monochromatic, beautiful look. Even if you are going to be putting on, let's say, a lot of eyeshadow and it's going to go really intense, even if the bronzer and the blusher is just incorporated into the blend of the product, it still does look really, really beautiful. So just saying, that's not in this video, but I'm mentioning it now because it kind of relates to this part. The very smallest amount on my chin, just to even it all out a little bit and makes my chin look cute. Now I'm just gonna make sure that everything looks really nice before I go ahead and add highlighter. So this is just a very quick thing. Okay, I'm gonna take this brush again that I use to like brighten up my skin. There's nothing on it at this point. I'm just gonna go ahead and press some pressed powder into it. This is the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC42, which is my natural skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this under my cheek, literally there. And that way I am keeping my blush, bronzer and contour above that. because sometimes with your brush it can go a little bit heavy-handed as well. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take my face powder and put it over my nose a little bit. This is going to diffuse the contour. And I'm also going to put it around my cheeks, around that blusher. Forehead. Okay, so now everything is kind of blended together and more soft and more subdued, and there isn't any harsh lines going on. So next up, spray with Fix Plus. Also, don't forget to get this area because you just put bronzer there as well, and you want that to kind of be sticky for the highlighter. Now I'm going to go ahead and add glow to my skin. This is, again, optional. It's up to you. Some people don't want to look too glowy, or they might like this fresh matte look. I want to enhance my skin more so and add more glow. So my favorite products for this are the Hourglass Ambient lighting powders. This color is in Dim Light, which is just a really soft, natural, beautiful brownie shade. It is so pretty. But there's also other shades that you can get. I've got this little trio set, which is the reason I bought Dim Light, because I started overusing this color and I thought, okay, that's my favorite. But there's also the color Incandescent Light and the Radiant Light as well, which is also very pretty. Two other products that I love. This is by MAC. It's the Golden Bronze Iridescent Loose Powder. It's super glowy, glossy, beautiful. I love this for all over the body. I'm going to use this probably on my chest because it's more brown than the rest. And then I have mentioned this in a previous video. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder in Glow. It's more light in color and it definitely adds glow, not gonna lie. So first of all, I'm going to use the Hourglass palette, and I'm going to start out with the color Dim Light. I'm using this brush here, which is a Mika Cosmetica brush. It's just like a synthetic domed brush. I'm just going to take Dim Light and I'm just going to basically lightly dust Dim Light over all of my highlighted areas. And it's just starting to add glow to my skin. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the color Radiant Light, which is more golden. And I'm going to put that over my cheeks and just a little bit closer to the center of my nose and things like that. This has a shine, like a really, oh, you can see it, there you go. But again, because it's like a warm golden glow, it's not intense. I'm also going to put this above my eyebrows and just kind of get everything looking nice and flat. I actually really want my forehead to look flat. Cupid's bow, stick my Cupid's bow out, and then I'm going to take a small brush that I used earlier and take the Incandescent Light, which is the lightest shade of the three, and I'm going to put that on my tip of my nose and down the center. I'm highlighting my Cupid's bow now as well, underneath my brow. It's weird because I'm doing this video in a different order, but I would usually add eye primer while I'm doing my base. Because I do things like this and I add the bronzer and stuff to the eyes before I even get to my eyeshadow, but I'm just showing you. So that's going to be covered up soon, but yeah. Okay, I'm taking a little bit, but just only literally where the eyebrow actually is. I'm not going up here like I did before. Blend that out, and then I'm just going to take that color again, and now I'm just going on to my cheekbone. All of a sudden my skin has a radiant finish, okay? So that might be where you want to stop. So you might say like, okay, I'm done there, that's enough for me, my skin is glowing enough and this is the amount of glow that I need. These two are both very similar, so the Laura Mercier, you could use that, what I've just done, but this is only one shade, it's the lightest color, so you don't want to put it everywhere, so maybe you'd prefer this, who knows. I love this, I think it's beautiful. I'm not going to use it today because I just literally used the lightest color in this, which is basically the same. I'm going to take this one now, which is more bronzed, and I'm going to put that on my body. I'm still going to keep the brush small, even though it's for a bigger area. I'm really lightly dusting it where I want the color, where I want the shine at the moment, and obviously I love doing my shoulders. If you ever see me with a shoulderless top, I definitely have highlighter on my shoulders, because it looks way better. So I'm dusting that product pretty much everywhere now. I'm going to take a clean brush. I'm just going to do that because I don't actually have anything there. Clean powder brush and just blending. Okay, so now my skin looks really radiant and shiny and glossy. You can go ahead and add more Fix Plus if you want to. And then, of course, if you want to add a little bit more highlighter, which me, you know, I'm all about it, you could use some favorites. Okay, so I'll show you guys some favorites that people love. This is Soft and Gentle by MAC. It is amazing. Everybody loves this. If you are a bridal makeup artist, I'm sure you already have it in your kit, but if you don't, get it. Another love is this one, again by MAC, Beaming Blush. It's pink, but the reflect is gold, so it's absolutely stunning, very bright, and it's in the Extra Dimension Skin Finishes, which has like a creamy formula. They're really beautiful. And then another favorite is the Bobbi Brown Highlighting Powder. This is in Moon Glow. All of their highlighters are amazing. This one here is in Bronze Glow, Moon Glow. I mean, it's totally up to you what choice you make in the colors, but the textures of these are absolutely gorgeous. Now, because I know I'm going for a golden, bronzy, warm look, I'm going to choose a warm shade. All of these are warm, aren't they? Warm. Maybe I need to show you guys some cool tone shades so you know the difference. Okay, well, Soft and Gentle is more silvery, so this is closer to a cool tone shade, and usually that kind of thing works very well in a bridal situation. Another color that's very cool toned is the Anastasia Riviera Illuminating Glow. It's very, very beautiful. It's got this like taupey, cool toned brown, bronzy shade. It's really nice. It's super highlighted, but it's taupey and brown. Another one, I actually don't think this is released anymore. This is the Estee Lauder Victoria Beckham Highlighter in Modern Mercury, and that is also a cool toned. It looks like it's brown, but it's got a cool toned hue to it. So both of them are really nice. There are kind of some, so you can see the differences between them, some options there for you. Today, I'm going to stick with my golden look, and I'm going to use the MAC Beaming Blush, and the brush that I'm going to use is by Wet n Wild. This one doesn't have a number on it. I think it was a limited edition, but Wet n Wild brushes are really good for highlight because they're quite precise, they're quite small, and they're synthetic. Okay, so I'm only going to put that on the highest point of my cheekbone. Look at that. And then I'm only going to do the tiniest little smidge on my nose. You can use your pinky or a very little detailer brush. Very, very small amount. You could even just detail, do your Cupid's bow with a little detailer brush. You could even do above your brow with a little detailer brush. And you could even do your inner corner. Some people will call this over the top. And I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely extreme. So you don't have to go that extreme, you know. I think I want more blusher. So because I know I want more blush and I want it to be more intense, I am going to go into Peach by MAC, and I'm going to put a little bit of that onto my cheeks, just a little. Sometimes I'll do this at the end of my makeup when I put my eyeshadow on, and I can like match it a bit more. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this as well onto my collarbone, and I would usually put it on my shoulders too, and that just adds a little bit of extra shine. Carl's home, I'm almost done. Almost done, baby.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey. So I am glowing and I would usually do my shoulders as well with like the proper highlighter, but just on my collarbone, I think it looks very sexy. So now we're gonna spray Fix Plus. Make sure that you're happy with everything before you do that, because this is it for the skin. I am done. Maybe a little bit more. Second layer. So that is it. My face is now sculpted, highlighted, and it matches my body, as you guys can see as well now, which is good. But yeah, everything looks nice and put together, and my base is ready for the next step. So next up is going to be eyes. I know a lot of people would expect to do eyebrows, but I do prefer to do eyes before eyebrows. I will explain that in the video. But the next video will be eyes, which is probably one that everyone's very excited for. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be talking about eye shapes and how to enhance them, how to make your eyes look more round or more elongated or more almond. etc, etc, I can't think. But yeah, we are going to be talking about natural eyeshadow and then maybe turning it a little bit into night. Oh, let me just make sure I didn't forget any tips. I do think I might have not mentioned this, so I'm just going to quickly say it. So you want to use a bronzer that matches the tone of your skin. So if you do have a cool skin tone, then use a bronzer that's more cool toned. I used a warm tone obviously because I am warm, but a product like Bobbi Brown Medium bronzer is really good. It's more cool toned. Estee Lauder Medium bronzer is also cool toned. Bobbi Brown bronzer in Natural is also cool toned. So there are cool toned bronzers out there as well. Just saying that just in case you don't want to look too orange because it can come across very orange if you're not matching your skin tone. So make sure you do that. Yeah, that's basically it. I definitely went through everything. So yeah, we're all done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you do have any questions, let me know, comment down below and I can answer them for you. Everything that I use is going to be listed in the description box as well, of course. This is a fun series. I'm really glad I'm doing it finally. And of course, if you guys have any other tips and tricks for doing this type of thing, like contour and things like that, write them down below and let us know. Share it with each other. I think that'll be really cool. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already and you like videos like this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're all staying safe and keeping well, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!